companies, for entertainment parks and other things. And a lot of floriculture, where agriculture is grown. Our people know only agriculture work. They are wage earners. They don't know other technical, high tech and other things. And big companies like Nokia, cell phones, and Hyundai, they've come and exploiting our young girls. A lot of sexual harassment for the Dalit community. Lands given to Dalit communities for about 1.25 million acres of land by the Britishers, thinking that Dalits will develop because of having land. It's not in their hands today. Only 0.25 acres are in their hands. So this is the situation where we try to see the economic empowerment of Dalits and also political rights, especially for Dalit women. There is also practice of the community believes through the higher caste. We call them the other caste. I don't consider them higher than us. The other communities treat Dalit girls as cheap sex for them in the village. So the Adivasis system, have you heard about it? Where they when the girl is sick, they devote her, take her to the temple, leave her for 3-4 days till she gets cured. If she is cured, then they will dedicate her to the goddess. Mostly in my particular districts where I am working, where young children are dedicated. Once they are dedicated, they have no normal life. When they become attending first puberty itself, they conduct the marriage between the girl and the goddess. She becomes a public property. That means it's a kind of a religious sanctioned prostitution. She cannot marry a man. If she marries a man, then the man will die. That kind of beliefs. And it's erotic dance and exploitation. A group of men exploit her. So what we have done is that there is a movement for particular Dalit women going from village to village, saying that I have gone through this in my life, no more do this, stop this kind of thing. Even today they are sending small school-going children to this kind of dancing and all that, which is really cultural as well as religious kind of thing. The government is not taking care of this. We are now taking the government to the court, preparing all the statements and trying to say that, listen, this is really happening in this village. So, and also with the women in prostitution and trying to claim, you don't find them in their electoral roll, even in the list, their names are not there. Voter list, they are not there. They have no family card. No officer will go and intervene, a sex worker, those kind of things. And 60% of women in the sex industry are Dalit women. It's mainly landlessness. So we have been trying to get land for Dalit women, fighting for lands. The recent issue is that we have a very big fight against the Chief Justice of a particular state. He's justice, but he has taken 199 acres of Dalit's land from my village. And he is a Dalit Christian. So there's a big struggle going on. He is using all his strength and we are using all our strength, and there's a big fight, but the police is supporting only him, not us. So they brought 2,000 police in November in a village and trying to say that 144 is declared. That means 2 people or 3 people are not supposed to meet together. So kind of a restriction, but still it's going on. They were looking for us to put us in prison with all kinds of that. We conducted public meetings without their knowledge and all that. So we are very stubborn that our land should be, we should get our lands back. So that's the big struggle that's going on. Wherever it's possible, we just acquire lands and distribute it to women and get lands on women's name and get entitlement on both men and women's names. So the caste problem is really, it's very bad. Separate living, separate schools. Gandhi was against us electing our own leaders when Ambedkar was trying to do that, but it's all again it's the same situation. There are new forms of untouchability taking place, and new forms of discriminations. If you see, if I can't go take a house in a big city, they will immediately ask me where I come from, whether I'm a vegetarian or non-vegetarian, whether I'm a Christian or non-Christian. Only particular areas where I can go have a house, not in all places. So it is a big struggle, but a lot of strong resistant movements are coming with Dalit movements. Every now and then we try to say that we have special component plans where 30% should be allotted in every budget, in every sector should be spent on us. But the state government, without political will, they will not use the 30% to spend for Dalit communities, but they will use it for other purposes and say, we have spent this money for this. So we try to say that, no, this is for us. And when a Dalit is beaten, a Dalit is murdered, a Dalit woman is raped, we have a special act, Prevention of Atrocities Act. No police will register the case under Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989. They will say it's general, then it is very simple, it is just a wound, things like that. So we insist that it should be under the Atrocities Act, and we have to do every time pressurizing them, protest, and see that the caste feeling, because police officers and the bureaucrats, they all come from the other communities. If Dalits are serving in a particular department, they'll be doing the 4th class job. There is also divisions of class, very low class work. So the whole situation in my country, even though we had a president as a Dalit, many leaders, 110 Dalit member of parliamentarians are there, but they all support their parties, then support us. Very bad incidents that we have been struggling, that where the Dalits were lynched, Dalits were killed, and for the sake of just one cow. For one incident I want to say, they were just bringing a cow, which is a dead cow, in a truck, because they will take the skin and sell it. That's the only purpose, not to eat the meat. But they were surrounded by a group of Hindu fanatics, saying that they have killed a cow and they are going to take the skin out of it. For the main purpose, they did it. So they were stoning and beating them up, 5 of them, and killed them. The body of the cow was sent for postmortem to check whether it was killed or it had a natural death, but not the body of the 5 Dalits. So in my country, you see how worse than the animals that we are treated. The lives of Dalits are not so important, but for work, yes. There are situations where they have made Dalits to eat human excreta for just questioning them. Why are you treating me like this? Why have you taken my money? Give me my money back. That was the demand from a fellow. They made him to eat the excreta. So we had very big demonstration, and he was a headmaster of a school. And finally, the judgment is, as an headmaster, as an educated man, he would not have done this. So this is how the judgments and all that. Even in school it is practiced. Our children are made to sit at the end of the school, at the last bench,